Hello and welcome back to Spinach Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's Star Wars Visions Season 1. So, why did I do it this way? Is because they're small little episodes. Some are like 10 minutes, some are 20 minutes. So, it's kind of hard to go episode by episode, and they dropped them all at once as well. So, that's the reason why. It's now an Is It Worth My Time? Um, Before I get started, though, let me take care of some business first, and then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, hit that bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media on there and all the links to my pages as well. So, spoiler-free version of this series. So basically what has been done here is a lot of anime houses have taken Star Wars and gave it an anime shogun-esque kind of bent to it. So there's either anime or they've gone like old school Japanese shogun kind of influences to Star Wars. And Star Wars themes, of course, so you have the Force, you have lightsabers, you have kyber crystals, it's all of that kind of stuff. And so there are 9 episodes. I guess there were supposed to be 10 episodes, but there's only 9 episodes of the season. And they're pretty good for the most part. I mean, some of them range from the big anime eye kind of stuff to some more kind of grittier animation, if you will. It's all animated, by the way, too. So if you're not a fan of animation, too bad you're out of luck on this one. And for the most part, they're actually pretty well done. I mean, there was only 1 out of the 9 that I fell asleep during, and it was just kind of meh. I think it was kind of slow, and I need to go back and revisit it. But yes, it is worth your time. It has different ideas to it. Some I didn't. Well, it's kind of funny. One of my favorite, the one I think is the best episode, is also the one that doesn't follow a lot of Star Wars conventions, which I'll get into in the spoiler version here. But it still was compelling. I liked it. I liked the storyline of it, and it was actually fairly short. It was only 15 minutes long. So yeah, it's worth your time. Go ahead and take a look at it. Different styles of animation, different ideas, for the Star Wars universe. So yeah, it was decent. It really was, or it is. They have a second season, I believe, it's supposed to be coming out too at some point. So with that said, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episodes from here on out. So if you have not seen them, go away. Come on back when this is a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. So I'm giving you enough time to pause, turn off, go away, whatever you're going to do. There we go. Yeah. So, hey, Apple Crow. Yes. The first one was basically Kurosawa. I did like that. That was, of course, The Duel is what it's called. And it kind of subverted a little bit of of Star Wars lore. You have bandits that are taking over a town because the separatists have left. They left their droids behind. The bandits have reprogrammed the droids to take over the town. And so, of course, they're led by a Sith is what's going on. There's a stranger in town who looks like he's a Jedi, like a Ronin kind of thing, but he's not. He's got a red sword as well as a red lightsaber. And it turns out that he actually has just been collecting red kyber crystals after all the Sith that he has killed. And he's killed quite a few of them. And I kind of liked that. It was an interesting take on the Jedi as Ronin, if you will. And then him handing off one of the kyber crystals to the village chieftain, who happens to be a kid, and says this will ward off evil. which was kind of a weird thing. So for those of you who don't know out there how kyber crystals, so kyber crystals are mined. They're usually come in yellow, blue, um, green. I'm trying to think of all of them. Orange. There's purple. Purple is fairly rare. And actually, it's supposed to be a mix of light and dark side. If you find that, and basically, the kyber crystals call to people who are, Jedi or Force users, and that's their crystal. Is what happens when they go to mine those crystals. So, how does a red crystal come about, and how does a white crystal come about? Red crystals come about because of Sith anger. Really, what they've done is they've taken a kyber crystal from usually a defeated Jedi, and they pour all their anger into that fucking crystal and it becomes red. That's how it's supposed to be. And that's why your red kyber crystal is for Sith, is because it's all their anger that's put into that thing. Ahsoka Tano actually brought about the white kyber crystal, and they're like, well, what is a white kyber crystal? And in the book Ahsoka Tano, she actually takes a red kyber crystal from Inquisitor that she defeats, or two Inquisitors. It's an Inquisitor that had two swords. That's right. And she leeches the red out of them. Basically, she leeches the evil out of it, and it becomes pure, it becomes white. And that's how you get white kyber crystals, is by leeching the evil out of it, and it becomes pure. So that's your kyber crystal 101 from me on that one. So my favorite episode actually out of all of this was called The Ninth Jedi. And The Ninth Jedi is about basically they've gone through the purple crystal is actually mined, Cordell. So you can actually find it. It's just rare. It's rare to find it. But usually what ends up happening is purple, when it calls to you, means you have a mix of light and dark side force use. So like Mace Windu, he was supposed to be his was purple because, well, one, he's a badass motherfucker, and two, it was supposed to be a mix of light side, and he also had a touch of dark side to him as well. That's what it was supposed to be, according to Lucas. So, but yes, you mine the purple ones. And how do I know all this? Because I've been to Disneyland a couple times, and I've got a few kyber crystals back here myself that are kyber crystal. It goes with the Sith holocron back there, and also my lightsaber that's in the closet. Yep, I have a closet lightsaber. So yeah. Cornell says, all right, sad that Anakin didn't get one. He did. He had a green. No, excuse me. The one that he had was blue. That's the one that Luke got, the light blue one. Yeah. And I think before, I can't remember, was it green? The one that he had when he got his hand cut off by Dooku? I think that's what that was. If I remember, it's been a while since I watched the prequels, to tell you the truth. So I can't remember offhand. But it was a different color before he got the blue one. And then, of course, he changed over to red. Oh, you mean that Anakin didn't get a purple one? Yeah. Well, that didn't come about, of course, until Sam Jackson wanted purple. Purple, I think, was his favorite color. And that's also how Lucas kind of justified the purple. Mm-hmm. Anyway, going back to all of this, Anakin used Obi-Wan's, and we're talking about when Anakin got his hand cut off by Dooku. So the Ninth Jedi is my favorite episode out of all of this, and it brings about that for a generation, people have kind of not had Jedi. They haven't had lightsabers. Kyber crystals are rare to find. They're a myth now at this point, and you have a lightsaber smith who is actually making these things, and you have someone who's trying to bring Jedi together, whoever Jedi are left with in the galaxy, in order to take up the Jedi cause at this point. and he wants to bring them lightsabers. So it's all within this. And then the one thing that throws this whole thing off is the guy who is making the lightsaber says that the length of the lightsaber depends on the Jedi using it, or the Force wielder that's using it. Also, the color depends on the Force wielder that's using it, and which isn't the case in Star Wars lore. So that was the thing that kind of threw me off on that. It was interesting. It was an interesting take on it. Didn't really throw me off, out of the episode completely. But the Ninth Jedi episode was actually a really good one. There's some good fight scenes in there, and just some interesting visuals as well. So the visuals in all of these are actually really, really well done. There's a lot of stuff to look at. So the one I fell asleep on was TO-B1. Toby is really what it is. And I don't know why. It just kind of bored me and I fell asleep during it. So, yeah. Yeah. The Village Bride was actually very good as well. Basically a tale of revenge kind of thing. Akiri, not that great. The Elder, though, was actually kind of badass. The Elder is probably my second favorite one, and that is where you have a Jedi and a Padawan that stop at a backwater planet. The Jedi actually feels something within the Force, something really evil on this planet. He goes down and finds someone called the Elder, who has landed there in an old Sith ship, a Sith-looking ship. Although he's not a Sith, he says he's broken away from them because the Sith were too rigid in their beliefs. And before they can question him and everything, of course, the Jedi defeats him. But when he does, basically the Sith destroys his ship. He destroys any evidence of himself being there. So we don't know exactly what he was. And I'm hoping that in seasons to come of this, that they do kind of revisit some of these episodes, and because some of them actually do need sequels to them. Like I said, the Ninth Jedi, this one, the Elder, does as well. Even that first episode too, the duel, I could definitely use some more of that. Tatooine Rhapsody was just a lot of fun of having, I guess it was a Padawan who was discovered by one of the Hutts, who didn't want to be a Hutt, and they join a band. They basically make a band, and then the Hutt is being brought back by Jabba the Hutt in order to be executed because he didn't go the Hutt way, if you will. And through the power of music, they changed Jabba's mind. So I kind of like that one. It was ridiculous, but it was also just kind of funny. And they did a good job of it too. It was fun. So yeah, I mean, it's very well done. Some of the stuff is really anime-ish, and then some stuff is more stylish. Like it doesn't do a lot of elongating of animation. It's more grounded, but a lot of flashing kind of stuff. So if you're sensitive to flashing lights, I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, otherwise it is worth your time. There is good stuff in there. Lop and Ocho. Yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan of. I mean, it was okay, but it was like, yeah. So as a whole, you say it's pretty good. Yes, I recommend it, Cordell. I do recommend it. It is worth your time to take a look at it. And again, you can skip over some of the stuff. They're short episodes, like I said. They're fairly short. There are, like I said, 9 episodes, and I was looking at my phone actually just beforehand because it has them. The Duel is 14 minutes long. Tattoo Rhapsody 13. Let's see, what's the longest one? The Ninth Jedi is the longest one at 22 minutes long. So there you have it. All the rest are, 13 minutes and 20 minutes, things like that. Skip Ocho and Toby. No, you could actually watch, but I mean, like I said, they're short. So yeah, you can give it a try and see if it's yours. I mean, for me itself, I those weren't my favorites. But again, they weren't bad. They weren't where I like, oh my God, I can't watch that anymore. I didn't turn away from it or skip it. It didn't, enrage me or anything like that, or ruin my childhood or anything like that, whatever else some other asshole fanboy is going to say. No. It was just like, yeah, okay, it was all right. I mean, it didn't do anything for me. That's all. But the rest, I mean, it's good. Some good stuff. So, with that said, what else do I have going on this week? Well, funny you should ask. Tomorrow is going to be season 3, episode 1 of Doom Patrol. That's right. Doom Patrol is back. They're dropping all 3 episodes tomorrow, but I'm only doing episode 1 tomorrow. I'm actually going to cover each episode. Friday is going to be season 3, episode 2 of Doom Patrol. Saturday is going to be Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news, the weekend and genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. And that's going to be at 8:30 in the morning. So I'm going to try and shoot for that. We'll see what happens. And then that evening at 6:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to do Doom Patrol Season 3, Episode 3. Sunday is going to be, spoiler alert, If I Have Enough Energy. We'll see what happens there. Monday is Y the Last Man, Episode 5 of Y the Last Man. Tuesday, I'm going to take off because I need a little bit of rest. Wednesday is going to be What If? And then Thursday is going to be Doom Patrol all over again there. So, yeah. Are they bringing up any known characters? No. No known characters in any of this. There's no reference to like Yoda, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, nothing like that at all. They just say Sith. They'll say Jedi, Force, lightsabers. That's about as basic as it gets. Empire, the Republic. No Leia, no Luke, no Darth Vader. So it's fairly timeless. You don't know what time places these are occurring in within the Star Wars timeline. Yeah, and some of them you don't even realize if they are actually happening in the same universe. Like the twins one, I wasn't sure if that was a precursor to the whole Republic and everything like that. It felt fairly like a different galaxy. Is where it was, in a different galaxy, far, far, far away. Yeah. So, with that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the evening. Thank you to the two of you that were in the chat with me tonight, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast video library and pops up there just for you. And if you like that, hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you get that bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, all the links to my social media are there, and all the links to my pages are there as well. And yes, I can't wait for Doom Patrol either, because I've been waiting a while and I want to get back to Doom Patrol. All right. With that said, thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Doom Patrol. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may have to find a kyber crystal that fits a lightsaber, because lightsabers haven't been seen in generations. And you know the whole draw. Anyway, thanks, everybody. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night. Take care. Stay well. Wear those masks. Get those vaccine shots. And stay safe out there. Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of your night.